Hello everybody, and welcome to Fictional Aromas Reboot. Anyway, so, first of all, some of you who have, been watching my stuff since its inception would be wondering who the fuck it is that's standing before you. I hope the shirt and kind of like a little bit of the face would give it away. First of all, obviously you are all kind of expecting some... Hello everybody, and welcome to what is now February's vlog, rather than, one... However, I have now since kind of evolved, at the very least, my hair has grown a lot. It's taken a long time to cultivate what it is I wanted. There are several reasons as to why I had the rather long hiatus. First of all, there was some romantic attachment, so that was kind of using up quite a lot of my time. Two, for the last 6 months, work has been kicking my fucking ass to the curb and back. And my 6-month project is now finally finished, so I can finally get back into doing the stuff I actually want to do. I mean, Christ, I'm barely even going to the gym anymore. Third, I got and am rather addicted to Heroes of the Storm. Up to the point where this is getting filmed on the 17th of the 8th, which is the day before Blizz do the rank resets on the pre-season to go into the pre-season. They're resetting the ranks just so they can test their new placement match system. And so this time around I managed to finish at rank 11. My highest was rank 9, and you start at rank 50, and similar to Hearthstone, which for my first ever MOBA, I think is pretty fucking good. I've been playing now for about the last 5 months. Yeah, I think that's very fucking good, frankly. I'm happy with it. And the fourth reason is kind of actually why I'm making this video and why I'm appearing to you as I am now. The fourth reason is kind of a bit more difficult to explain, so it pretty much covers the whole length of the video. Bear with. 6 months ago, time ago, in a galaxy, in a podcast far, far away, I decided when I started this that I was going to be the girl. I was going to head full trans. Well, I wasn't going to completely head full trans. I was perfectly happy to be girl and do full-time, effectively work on being full-time girl. And asked me at the time, and I would swear down that was exactly what it is I wanted. I mean, literally, that was exactly what it is I wanted. And which was fine. I was going to work as femboy, kind of as one of my makeup settings, which you'll see in a bit. I was going to the gym and being at home, just kind of, chilling about where it doesn't really matter, as boy. And whenever I was going out and doing the filming, I would be girl, and I was happy with that. It was kind of what I wanted to do. Where I didn't want to have to put my face on at 8 o'clock at night to then just take it off about 10:30. It felt like a waste of makeup, and girls will know makeup is fucking expensive. So that was that. So I then started going to the side. I know weekends are a good idea because that way I can put it on early, put it on about 6 o'clock. I'm ready. I'm eaten. I'm prepped. I've got my alcohol. I've got caffeine. I've got everything I need to kind of keep me going. And then I could do 4 or 5 hour session till 11 o'clock at night. It didn't matter. I didn't have work in the morning. Now that was again fine. That worked for a bit. But then, it's not so much, it wasn't like an overnight shift, not by any fucking means. It was eventually a subtle shift. I got to the weekends, and it wasn't that I didn't want to be girl, I didn't want to be full girl. I didn't feel 100% like I was. It was kind of, I was in a mix. I mean, it's like, here is girl, here is boy. And I was effectively not here, not there, but somewhere effectively in the middle. I kind of felt at the time that, and throughout this entire period, that basically I didn't want to appear on the camera, basically not feeling like I was the full girl. So then the camera disappeared. And then I felt entirely like I was effectively lying, not feeling like I was the full girl to do the fictional aroma stuff. I was Lucy. It didn't quite feel right to do. And so that's partly why, that's really the main reason. And of course, the reason then I went into the heroes as the refuge is because, like we always do, when we lose something, we always find something else to do. It's very easy to get lost in playing a game, particularly a competitive one. I tend to be fairly competitive. Previously, it was when I was unhappy with myself, it was COD. When I was effectively struggling to come out of the closet and, was up to my eyeballs in uni work, it was COD. Before that, it was Rift. After COD, it was Fallout. We all do it. This is why, a lot of the time, this is why we game, to find something else to do. Distract our own minds. This still isn't the case. As you can see, kind of like now, I would not in any fucking way describe myself as a boy, and I will pimp slap any person who fully fucking suggests that. Now, this brings us back to, and anyone who is basically LGBT aware will be able to understand the fact that gender, sexuality, and sex are three entirely different fucking entities. And if you don't, you possibly want to have a quick look up on that before you carry on going like much further down this, because it's possibly going to get a bit technical. I say technical. If people have questions and kind of want it out of the horse's mouth, in effect, I'm certainly not an expert in the thing. I'm actually a very weird situation in myself, and so I am not the person really to explain it. If people want, send me the email, and if I get enough people who want to know, then I might make the video. But we're leaving technical stuff aside for now. Now, basically, I didn't do it because I felt I was lying. I felt like I had to be 90% or more girl. But the reality is I tend to actually sit, like right now, I'm actually sitting about 70%. Which previously I didn't think was enough to be Lucy, because it wasn't quite enough. Equally, I am sure no way even close to being the boy character that I am with Wonderment, which is now being phased out. That's why I'm kind of doing this now. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I had a bit of an identity crisis again. And so what I'm come to the point of now is that I was still trying at the time to try and fit into the gender binary. In effect, I was trying to be one or the other, and it was just making me unhappy in that I wasn't. I felt that if I did this, I was still a boy. I am not. I am genderless, basically. I am, the correct terminology for what I feel I am at the minute is gender flexible. That basically means it's a sliding scale. I mean, I've always described it as that, and I'd say on the scale, my natural resting point is probably about this, which is about 70% girl, 10% boy, and 20% cat. But 30% boy if you want to get pedantic. Now, that can completely range. Minimum, I'd say, I tend to be about 60% boy at 50-60 at most. If I'm 50-50, it's literally genderless. I go nowhere even near the boy side of the spectrum. I never feel male. And be that, you can take that as you will. Be that as if I don't like sports balls. It's not that. I never feel like a boy. Even if you take your stereotypical stuff about being a boy away, it's still not something I would want to do. Now, equally, the full girl, even if you take the stereotypes of stuff being a girl away, that's still not right. That still doesn't keep me happy. In case you all haven't noticed, by the way, this is literally falling out of my mouth. This is actually kind of been bottled up again. I mean, I did this the first time around, and I should have fucking learned to not do this, but I did. And I kept trying to be, I mean, this was mostly brought on by friends who, or at least thought they were trying to help, and for a time they were, but what they were looking for, and this is the abuse that kind of shut me down a little bit was that, and I quote, make your fucking mind up. They wanted one or the other. They didn't want in the middle. I mean, don't get me wrong, for work, I still don't entirely feel like I can be one on one day and one the other. I mean, you know what? I'm actually at a point, I'm comfortable and definitely job secure enough. I reckon I can. And I'm working on that. I'm working on being able to make myself, but mostly for work, it's actually just that I'm lazy. Makeup is effort. Clothes are effort. I mean, I can just literally get off my bike and sit down at my desk and people don't care anymore. The thing is, I do have this complete full spectrum. And, forgive the metaphor that's going to happen now. I mean, this right here, this is my barest minimum. This is when I literally could not give a shit. To be honest, I spend most of my time actually at work about this, but you will hardly ever see me like this, because at least while I'm doing this, I like to make a vague bit of effort. But, yeah, this is the lowest of the low. This is literally, I say lowest, this is literally effectively about as male as I get. This is my male format, basically. Whereas this kind of thing, this is literally just foundation, concealer, powder, eyeliner. This is my everyday. This is how I would choose to go shopping. It just makes me look presentable. That's literally all it's there to do. This is when I do my makeup at work. This is how this ends up looking. It's literally to make myself feel presentable. I mean, I feel perfectly comfortable with this. The thing you see before, I hate my skin as it is. I only ever do that if I'm just sat around inside most of the time. This is it. This is my everyday, day-to-day. But that's mostly because I don't care. If you add in, the others, then, yeah, if I'm in a different mood, then, yeah, we come up with a different thing. But this is where we then go up a level into when I actually want to look slightly pretty. And again, we move slightly further up the scale, and if it wasn't for the very obvious, clothes change, I guarantee you barely any of you would even notice. I mean, we're talking just a bit of eyeshadow, I've painted in my eyebrows, I've got some neutral lippy, a little bit of contouring. It's all barely visible, but it just adds up again and again and again and again. And what I even do, I mean, this is my where I'd go if I was, male and going out for dinner. Hell, if I was going girl, then I'd wear this same makeup for neutral. I mean, this is the problem. I can't even explain to me what the fuck it is that's going on in my head half the time. I mean, it's literally bouncing across the fucking walls. I mean, we are pretty much, I'd say, this is what I'd nearly consider to be my natural state. I feel between this and the next one most of the time. I mean, I'm male-ish. No, at this point I am genderless. To me, at this point, I am now officially genderless, erring on side of boy. Purely because I don't like it. I mean, if I sorted the hair out a little bit, got the fringe on. I mean, if I got the fringe on a bit and got it straightened up. I mean, literally the only thing that could convince you I'm not some kind of lesbian at about this point is a pair of tits. Which can be arranged quite easily, in fairness. And I mean, Christ, I can't even decide when I wake up. I'd say decide as if it's some kind of choice. I mean, we all know better here. It's certainly not a fucking choice. It's certainly not like I wake up in the fucking morning and go, oh, well, today I'm going to be a boy. Well, in fairness, I do sometimes. It's based entirely, purely off of my fucking mood, and literally I have no fucking idea. Oh, and as if to prove the point with the breasts in this format. See? Insta-lesbian. 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 And it does just completely change itself around. Like this. I mean, obviously the shirt kind of gave stuff away. I should have thought my outfits through a bit more. But even when you take all of the boy ones away, I'll kind of move on to the next bit. And yet, of course, the power is, and I'm not going to keep the voice going. I've given up with that voice completely. However, you still might recognise me a bit more if I was to make that voice. The power is fully in me to be able to go, and I'm just actually going softer just by habit now, rather so than anything else. I can do it. I can go complete, total girl, and that's why I'm actually very happy with my hair now. I can get away with it. Really, I really like this dress. Is not as flattering sat down as I thought, but yeah, I mean, I do this when I feel like I can. Well, not so much like I can, when I want to. And because I've got the hair, now it means I can do it how I want to. I mean, I can go to the full effort of getting all the wig on and stuff, but I don't need to. I mean, I don't have to force it. Equally, because I don't have the hair like I am, I actually feel like I can. I feel happy just going, fuck it, I'm singing on Girls Cast today. Admittedly, I have to be to at least, minimum presentable level of makeup, so I'm hiding out all my face, but I really like this. I like this now. You could easily not tell me. I mean, if I wanted to, I mean, as you can see, if I wanted to, I could quite easily go back to full wig, and I look exactly the same as before. However, it's obviously got to the point where my real hair is now long enough, is nearly as long as the wig, and you guys can see the front. You guys can see the front of this. The back is a mess. I've had this wig now for, God knows, long enough. But it's just a complete tatty mess. So it was only ever a stopgap to be able to basically grow my hair out. I mean, I know it's now my signature thing. It is actually my signature, kind of in a weird way, but it's just got tacky and ratty and matted and just knotted to all hell and God knows what else. So it's getting retired. I mean, admittedly, now this is the first time I've actually seen myself in the wig on camera for a good couple of months now, and I have to admit it still does look good. So you never know. But this shows the point. You can now see the full spectrum, and it's quite literally a case of me just trying to feel comfortable in a day. I will quite easily admit, I have it easier than most. Quite easily. Other people have it a lot more difficult. They don't have accepting friends. They're sat by themselves. I have it a hell of a lot easier than most people. But my main real problem is that I kind of don't really... I will wake up as one person. I will then go to sleep as someone else, effectively on a longer scale, and then wake up as another person again. I have little to no control over it. But this is why I'm doing it like this is now. I now have the complete full whack all the way down the line, depending entirely upon my mood. I mean, I'm happier. And even then, we're back to this resting place, back to where I am. It's not a case that everything I did and everything I previously said was a lie. It certainly, it was complete truth. I mean, this is part of the reason I haven't done anything, is the reason why I couldn't do it before, was that, as I say, I felt like it was complete lies. This channel is primarily my outlet, in effect. I'm not going to deny this by any shape of the means. It entertains all of you guys. That's fucking great. That's brilliant. And the fact that does that, and the fact you guys watch this and still like what it is I put out, means a hell of a lot. I mean, some of the support I have got from you guys has seriously helped. It has helped an awful lot. A few of you in particular, and you know who you are. Sorry, I'm rambling. I can't really think of another way of doing this. That's the thing, I was trying to fit into what was expected of me. I was trying to fit in to either be one or the other. And I just can't do that. At all. I just cannot do that. And so I'm back. I'm actually, and it was just last week where I went, nah, it's particularly now I've done the work project and I have the time to be able to actually do stuff and feel human again. The stress has gone. and I feel like I can actually carry on doing this stuff again, and I've just gone, no, fuck it. I am not going to try and do my stuff to try and make other people happy. I mean, I thought I was doing that the first time round, so you never know. This might turn out to be completely wrong again. A lot of the time with me, you know when I'm actually trying to come out serious, when I have to stop, think about my words that are coming out, rather than, say, when I'm playing the games and literally the world's come tumbling out. I am desperately trying to think of what it is I'm trying to say as I go. Seriously, if you know anyone trans or not cisgendered, and you know anyone not on the binary, anywhere down the spectrum, you know what? And I mean this. I absolutely fucking mean this, yeah? Just listen. Just sit them down and fucking listen to whatever it is they are saying. I mean, you don't have to, you know, basically what I'm saying is be a good friend to them. This is not me in particular, this is literally what I feel like saying. This is what vlogs are for. This is for people to come out with stuff that's on their chest. And you know what? This is why I actually had the FA4 a little bit. Was so I could sit there in front of a camera. As anyone, if you've ever never heard the term cardboard engineer, legitimately it works in programming. You put someone else down, you don't even talk through the problem, you basically say to them what the problem is, and half the time you come up with a solution by yourself. Be that person. I don't know why I'm coming out with this right now, but you know what? It feels effectively right to do this, because the only reason I feel I've survived up until this point is because I have a couple of really good friends who are basically able to help me out and kind of bring this stuff out, people I can talk to. This is what happens whenever you actually get someone talking about this stuff. They will just keep talking. It's really easy when you just sat in front of a camera. So this is literally going to be like my longest vlog ever, but this is one that's legitimate. This is coming from that cold fucking lump I consider an organ that pumps blood around. So back to where I was, if you have, I don't even know why I'm saying it, but you know what, if you do have any non-cisgendered friends who look like they're having, not even necessarily if they're having problems, but you know what, just you just be good friends to them. Don't turn around to someone and say be one or the other. I mean, we've all of us have had enough of that from like our fucking parents. Don't be doing that to your friends as well. I mean, why would you even do that? Just sit there. Just listen to them. Let them talk it out. You don't even have to fucking say anything. Just let them completely talk it out. I mean, Christ, do it to a fucking camera and send it to me. I will sit there and fucking listen to you. Because someone's got to. That's what this is for. That's all this is for. I don't know why I'm editing this in. But you know what? I'm going to. This is legitimately all of the shit that has made me not want to do this. Completely for the last 6 months. This entire circle just going around in my head constantly. One of the reasons I'm using the spinny chair metaphor continuously, still now occasionally kicking back in, is basically because I actually have no fucking choice in the matter about where I wake up. Legitimately none. Absolutely none. People occasionally think that you do. You can choose your outward appearance. I will give you that. Yes, you can choose to go, today I am dressing as a girl. Today I am dressing like a boy. And I can do that. But when I've got it wrong, and I have got it wrong, in both cases have I got it fucking wrong, you know it. You absolutely know it. And I've had the cases where I've come up for filming and put on all of the girl stuff and be ready to go, and then I've gone, no. Just effectively, skin, clothes, everything feels as if ants are clawing on it, and you just feel wrong in your skin. That's the standard explanation that most any trans people will give you. It's the one I've always heard, is that you just feel completely wrong. You're wearing someone else's skin, and you just can't do it. And I can't do it. Equally, I've had that when I've been boy, is that it's just I couldn't carry on doing it, and the moment I got changed, it's just like I don't know why this is all edited in, frankly. Shouldn't be, but it is. This is why I've been out for 6 months. Which brings us, as I say, brings us back to, why did I do this channel? Why did I start this stuff? This is my outlet. Why does anyone do vlogs? I mean, that's really the question. Why does most people do vlogs? Why does CXCF do his? That's just to show his life. It's an outlet. This is what I'm doing. So am I happier? Yes. Am I back? Yes. Will I be playing the same games? No. Basically, Hearthstone go fuck itself with its own. Literally twist it 180. In fact, don't even twist it. Just rip it straight off and just ram it straight up there. That game can go fuck itself, frankly. What will I do? I don't know. Same as before, I will make it up as I go along. Yeah, I'm basically sorry for this fairly heavy-handed, heavy-hearted, heavy expose of this particular vlog, but that's it. That's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. The main reason I actually had to stop that was because I was actually getting quite emotional with that, and that's bad for me. It never happens. I mean, you have no idea actually how close I was to crying in that. And this is filmed post afterwards, where I've calmed down a little bit.